I remember I even went to Sheikh Abdul Razak ibn Abdul Muhsin one time, and I said, Sheikh, can you write me an ijazah? And he said, I don't know you. Rightly so, he doesn't know me. But I knew a card I can use right now. So I said, Sheikh Ahmed Tahir Awais is my uncle. He said, he looked at me, I remember. He looked at me, Sheikh Ahmed Tahir is your uncle? I said, yeah, Sheikh Abdul Razak. He said, if you can prove to me, get a letter from Sheikh Ahmed, I'll write you any tazkiyah. If he writes you a tazkiyah, I'll write you a tazkiyah. By the way, my uncle graduated from Jamia Islamiyya as a PhD from Jamia Islamiyya. And he used to teach Sheikh Abdul Muhsin Abbad's children, Abdul Razak ibn Abdul Muhsin's brothers. And even Sheikh Abdul Haq, he mentioned that Sheikh Rabi''s kids he used to teach as well. When I was young, one of the questions that came to me was, the people that were the highest in Jannah are the prophets. Sah? This was a question I had when I was young. That the people who are the highest in Jannah are the prophets. Is there anyone higher than the prophets in Jannah? But then the evidences show us that the wives of the Prophet ﷺ are going to be with the Prophet in Jannah, Muhammad ﷺ, and Nabi Muhammad is higher than all the other prophets. And then his wives are going to be higher than the other prophets. Do you guys understand? This was a question I had when I was young. I asked my Sheikh, who's also my uncle, Sheikh Ahmed Tahir Awais. I asked him when I was young. I never forget, I was in the car and he was in the front seat, and the driver was driving, I was in the back. I said, uncle. By the way, my uncle graduated from Jamia Islamiyya as a PhD from Jamia Islamiyya. And he used to teach Sheikh Abdul Muhsin Abbad's children, Abdul Razak ibn Abdul Muhsin's brothers. And even Sheikh Abdul Haq, he mentioned that Sheikh Rabi''s kids he used to teach as well. Ala kulli hal. So he has a lot of qisas, stories of Sheikh Albani, because he used to go to Sheikh Albani in Sham and used to sit with him. And there's a majalla that used to come out, it's called Al-Isala. There was a newspaper that used to come out. Sheikh Albani used to write on that. Sheikh Ahmed Tahir Awais used to write on that. And the students of Sheikh Albani used to. I remember I even went to Sheikh Abdul Razak ibn Abdul Muhsin one time. And I said, Sheikh, can you write me an ijazah? And he said, I don't know you. Rightly so, he doesn't know me. But I knew a card I can use right now. So I said, Sheikh Ahmed Tahir Awais is my uncle. He said, he looked at me, I remember. He looked at me, Sheikh Ahmed Tahir is your uncle? I said, yeah, Sheikh Abdul Razak. He said, if you can prove to me, get a letter from Sheikh Ahmed, I'll write you any tazkiyah. If he writes you a tazkiyah, I'll write you a tazkiyah. Ala kulli hal. Sometimes it's good to use family members. But in Islam, that doesn't exist. Everyone's actions is what puts them forward. Sah? There's a Somali saying, my dad has a camel, what's better to say is I have a donkey. Say my dad has a camel, what's better to say I have a donkey. Sah? Ala kulli hal. So I asked Sheikh Ahmed Tahir, I said, uncle, can you answer this question for me? And the Sheikh, mashallah, he nurtures you. So he saw from me too much questions. Every time I have a question, it comes up to me. So I remember he told me off. He said, be quiet. Shh. Don't say a word. I was in the back seat. I'm quiet. Because what he saw from me was asking questions, ask questions, and he saw that could lead from me asking things that could bring doubt to my heart. Yeah, are you with me, brothers? Uncle said so, and he's also the Sheikh. So I went quiet and I never asked again. I went through Majmu' al-Fatawa, Ibn Taymiyyah. As I was reading, Ibn Taymiyyah was asked this question. In my Majmu' al-Fatawa, I wrote the story of Sheikh Ahmed Tahir Awais and me on the side, on the benefit on the side. That this same question, as a kid, I asked my uncle, Sheikh Ahmed, the same question. And it's fascinating that Ibn Taymiyyah was asked the same question. And the reason I want to do is when I go and get this book, and I meet Sheikh Ahmed Tahir, I will be Sheikh, you remember, here Ibn Taymiyyah was asked the question, okay Sheikh, I wasn't the only person who asked.